Hey everyone, I thought I'd go ahead and do a quick constellation tour, if you will, of the daytime sky. And so we're in here using the mobile Stellarium app. I'm actually standing in my, I guess, front room of my house with my iPad above my head right now, probably looking a little silly. But this is nice because you can allow it to freely move, and then it shows you the constellations in whichever direction you're pointing your device. So, right now we're looking towards the south, right? And it's the actual time, which is roughly, what was it, 2 o'clock right now? What time is it? 14:49, yeah, almost 3 o'clock. So, the sun is to the west of the meridian, right? It's post meridian, so it's PM, and so it'll eventually set over there. Okay, so some constellations we see in the sky during the day, or rather, some constellations in the sky during the day. We don't necessarily see them, of course, but we have Leo the lion straight up above, right? Pretty close to the zenith point straight overhead. So if you look carefully, it kind of looks like a lion. To the south of that, we have, oh, what's that one? We have Crater, the cup. Then we have Corvus, the crow. It kind of looks like a crow, if you will. There's Virgo, the virgin. Libra, the scales. Libra and Virgo are part of the zodiac, by the way, as is Leo. And speaking of the zodiac, let's continue on. And then we have Cancer, the crab. If you use your imagination, that kind of looks like a crab with its pinchers on both sides. Then we have Gemini, the twins. Those are pretty distinguishable, right? Two twins holding hands. And after that, we have Auriga, the charioteer. And after that, it's beneath the horizon and we can't really see it, right? So those are the zodiac constellations in the sky right now. Yeah. So these are constellations, like I said, in the sky during the daytime, and this is August. So that means that these constellations right here, at least the ones in the west, will not be in the sky tonight, right? Remember, the Earth rotates, and so in a couple hours, the Earth will have rotated away from the sun, and we'll be looking at constellations rising in the east right now, and maybe even below the ground that haven't risen yet. So let's actually take the ground away. And tonight we'll see constellations like Aquila, the eagle. We'll see Capricorn. We'll see Sagittarius. We'll see Ophiuchus and Hercules and Cygnus, the swan. All of these are considered summer constellations. And they're summer constellations because they'll be in the sky, visible at nighttime, right? But this video is showing you constellations that are in the sky during the day, right? So let's see, what others do we have? Oh, if we look straight overhead, oh boy, we have Ursa Major. And if you use your imagination, that kind of looks like a bear, right? A large bear. Actually, let me turn around. There we go, now it's upside down. You may recognize the Big Dipper. That's the asterism. That's part of the constellation Ursa Major. And those two end pointer stars, I don't have a way to point to them exactly, I'm sorry. But they point exactly straight down to the star in the very center of the image of my screen right now, which is Polaris, right? The pole star. And Polaris is actually the end of the handle of the Little Dipper, right? Which is effectively the same as the constellation Ursa Minor, right? That doesn't quite look like a bear as much as the Ursa Major does, but Ursa Minor there is still the constellation, okay? And so that's our pole star. That's Polaris, and that's also the north celestial pole. So let me real quick switch coordinate systems, and you'll notice now that the grid that's faintly visible, there's the pole right there at the north celestial pole. All right, so Polaris is very, very close to that pole. Snaking in between the two bears, we have Draco the dragon. So I like that constellation because on faint nights you can actually see this constellation from Fresno too. Let's see, over here, if we turn east, there's Hercules. Above it we have Bootes, right? Not booties, but Bootes. There's an umlaut. Bootes is the herdsman. Between those is Corona Borealis, which translates to the northern crown. Turning up, we have Coma Berenices. This doesn't do a great job of showing what that actually is, but if you look on your star chart, it's basically a giant cluster of galaxies, right? So it's kind of a wand and then a strand of galaxies, right? Coma Berenices translates to Berenice's hair. I mentioned those. Let's turn back towards the west. Oh, there's Cepheus. Cepheus the king. So Cepheus is kind of a boxy head with a pointed dunce cap, if you will. But that's a king. And then Camelopardalis. Kind of looks like a camel. Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. Auriga the charioteer. I mentioned that one. And Lynx. Okay, Lynx. All right. Let me also mention, excuse me. Let me also mention that around that north celestial pole, those constellations will be circumpolar, right? So from this orientation, we have all of Ursa Minor, all of Cepheus, most of Draco will be circumpolar, and some of Ursa Major, when that sets in the west, passes the horizon and comes back up, right? But from right here, let me show you. I'll advance the time, and actually we can see those constellations appear to orbit around the north celestial pole. Ursa Minor never set, and Cepheus got close, but never set either. Okay? All right. So this was just a brief tour of the constellations in the sky during the day. And once again, the constellations that you see in the sky right now will not be visible at night. So these constellations were more winter constellations and spring constellations. In the next video, I will record it later tonight, and we'll see constellations that are below the eastern horizon and very close to the east be up here in the sky. All right, stay tuned.